Okay, everybody, I have Tracy Maloney.
Hello.
She's with us today, and she has been a Pinnacle patient for quite some time, but we started a regenerative package with you in January,
Hmm.
correct?
Yes.
And so just tell everyone, you know, give us your full name just for the video,
Okay. I'm Tracy Maloney.
and then your age if you're comfortable.
I'm 45.
Amazing, right? She looks so fantastic.
Just the basic getting down on the floor, trying to get pots and pans out of my counter just to
Hmm.
cook. I love to garden, so getting down and just gardening was hard for me. And I got to a point where I couldn't bend my knee. I would just bend over straight, and then my back would hurt.
Yeah.
So just things like that, and then going upstairs, going downstairs
Mm.
was just difficult, and it just lots of just very stiff pain, hard to get if I did squat down, it was hard very hard to get back up.
Yeah, and I remember talking to you, that was a lot of frustration, right? That you weren't
Yes.
able to do those things that you really wanted to do. And she's a big tennis player.
Yes.
And you've gone from not being able to play tennis at all to,
To playing once a week, and then I've also started signing up for tournaments.
it's fantastic.
So,
That's
yeah.
great. That's great.
Well, I saw your videos on Facebook, and I was having lots of issues with my knee, and so when I saw you talking about it, I was like, "Wow, this might work for me." It sounds really interesting, so I wanted to come in and talk to you about it and just to see
Fantastic.
what it would do, so
Awesome. Awesome. And so what kind of and so with Tracy we did PRP, we've done a bone marrow aspirate injection. She's doing fantastically well. To this point, she's over 80% better and doing all of the activities
mhm.
that she wants to do.
I was worried about the pain, like, if I would
Be able
feel
to,
be
yeah.
able to deal with the needles, and, so that was the only thing, and then, um, I didn't know how I would be after,
Hmm.
and I did get pretty sore
Hmm.
and pretty swollen, but, after about a couple weeks, I was getting around pretty good,
Yeah, and
and I
some
felt really good because I'd gotten on the peptides, and my pain was nearly gone. Like, I was wondering if I even need to do the rest of the
mhm.
procedures, so
I think one of the most interesting thing about Tracy and her journey is we started her on an anti-inflammatory diet, and we always talk about how important diet is
mhm.
for our overall inflammation. Well, when we started her on that diet and our peptide therapies and our supplementation, she called us and she was like, "I'm so much better." It was remarkable, and then we've been able to improve the longevity of that treatment by doing our regenerative therapies.
The second, like, the
The
bone
bone marrow,
marrow,
yeah.
okay, that one I was really nervous about, but it wasn't bad at all. I'm a very nervous person, lots of anxiety, but everyone here at Pinnacle made me feel so at ease. Michelle was awesome. She made me feel great, and she's like, "If anytime you need me to stop," she's like, "I'm gonna explain everything in detail, so if you have any questions, just let me know," and I in the room where they did it,
Mhm.
I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but she told me what she was going to do step by step and made me feel so comfortable, and, there was no pain, they numb you
Mhm.
really good,
Yeah.
and so I was just really scared about the pain, but and then after that, I thought that my hip would be really sore from where they took the bone marrow, but it was just like a maybe felt like a bruise.
And that is, I think, a really important thing to remember. Sometimes, people are oftentimes nervous about the stem
Mhm.
cell harvest, but it's really, the injections are often a little bit more uncomfortable
Right,
themselves. It's just
right.
so amazing, the whole process.
Yeah.
And I would argue that it's much better than having to be down from a surgery.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Well,
Yeah.
I've never had knee surgery or anything that invasive,
Hmm.
but yeah,
And we're planning on not ever doing that.
no.
Never doing that. Good.
PRP, it probably took me about 2 weeks to really start feeling better.
Hmm.
I kinda limped around, and,
Hmm.
after the bone marrow, it wasn't quite as bad as the PRP. I didn't get as sore,
Hmm.
didn't get as swollen, So probably about a week and a half, I felt better.
And you were back to your full activities at that point.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
very good. And so what's life like now?
It's great. Like I was very skeptical about this. Like I didn't know if it was gonna work, and but my knee, it's so much easier to squat down. I'm back to playing tennis. I do wear my brace every now and then
Mhm.
if it gets a little bit sore if I do too much playing time. But
Yeah.
other than just every day to day things that I do at home are so much easier. Squatting down is so much easier. So that right there is huge. And another thing that I forgot to mention is that just sitting at work, my knee would just ache and ache and ache and ache, and it doesn't do that anymore.
Ah, it's fantastic.
I can bend down and get something out of my cabinet without hurting. I can work in my garden and pick weeds. I'm playing tennis, you know.
Mhm.
What else?
Wor
Oh, I can go upstairs and down the stairs. But
Hallelujah.
that was something, I work where I work, they have stairs,
Yeah.
and it was harder for me to go down the steps than up the steps, but now it doesn't really hurt to go down the steps anymore.
Mhm.
Um, what else?
I think we'll take 4.
Yeah.
We can take 4?
I would say it's worth a try. If you're having lots of pain and you're young and you're not to the point where you have to have surgery, then I think this is for you because it's worked for me, and like I said, I didn't think it would, and it's been very helpful. And
Awesome.
everyone here at Pinnacle is great. They answer any questions you have and make you feel comfortable, and I'm very happy.
Well,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Tracy. Let's give me a hug. Come here. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.